This is going to apply to anything. She drops something, she's got something she's not supposed to have, she's going for something she's not supposed to have. Ah, good girl. Really good girl. Right here. Hey everybody, Ethan here with Standing Stone, and we're going to be showing you a very cool and very powerful behavior that's going to make life with a busy dog, or specifically a busy working dog, a whole heck of a lot easier. That is impulse control, or can be applied to the behavior that a lot of people utilize, the cue a lot of people utilize of leave it, okay? Now, I want to talk about a couple things specific to this. First of all, we have Trix. She is a sweet little girl, and she's probably, I'm going to be honest right off the bat, she's probably not the world's greatest dog to demo this with, and we'll definitely do another video because she is a little bit older and she's been raised by me, which we don't let a lot slide. Therefore, she has decent impulse control already, but the specific drill that I'm going to be doing today, she's never attempted before, and you're going to get to see her learning process. Hopefully it goes well. If it doesn't, we'll show you how we work through that too. Now, impulse control, why is that important? First of all, dogs act on their natural instincts and impulses on a regular basis, and a lot of those things can get them in trouble. Things like going to snatch food or treats or toys or things that they're not necessarily, or the things they think are toys, things they're not necessarily supposed to have, or even could be potentially dangerous for them. If you drop something like, and we see this, like an onion or maybe even chocolate or something that could make the dog sick. The other side of it is, when we talked about this, if you guys don't know, we actually shoot live You Ask, We Answer, referred to as Yawa episodes, Wednesday nights, every Wednesday night at 7:30 Central Standard Time. And in that, it was specifically asked about jumping and biting and nipping, and all of those things can be impulse control related. So this is a drill completely unrelated to the actual behaviors of biting and jumping that can actually help you to get over the biting and jumping behaviors, if that makes sense what I'm saying. So we're going to show now, to start off with, a couple different ways that we work on this on the regular, and then add some higher distractions with this little girl. Are you ready to work today? She says, am I ready to work ever? I just like chilling. All right, so Trix is a pretty good eater. Come here. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. We've put a lot of emphasis on place training with her. As you can see, she gets rewarded. Come on. Okay. Good. We're going to make this distraction go away. All right, so this is something that we talk about on a regular basis when we're doing training sessions, and that is adapt your session to help the dog to be the most successful. Now, there's a time and a place for distractions, but if you are seeing some distraction or something that seems like, all right, you're struggling to get past this aspect of things, then I'm going to show you already, I'm doing this improperly, okay? I'm pulling this away from her, which essentially invites her to continue to come this direction, but what I need to do is remove the distraction from the situation completely, okay? So when you have a situation where something looks like it's going to be a distraction or a problem with your training session, try and eliminate those things. Dog bed, she's like stuck to the dog bed, and that in a sense is going to cause problems, so I eliminated it. All right, that's that simple, okay? So we do this drill of sit, good girl. Warm her up a little bit for this training session. Okay, sit. Now sit. Good. So that clicker marks and ends the behavior. Come this way a little bit more, right here. Okay, come on. Good, right there. Sit. That'll work. Now, sit. We try and move the bowl closer to the ground. And this is something a lot of folks do. You know, this is building patience. sit. Good. And then she can start eating some of this. Okay? This little girl likes to eat. She's friggin' chowing down. Chomp, 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 chomp. So if you can imagine, if stuff hits the ground, it doesn't last very long. Now, we're going to completely change this up. That is one drill that you can work on to develop some impulse control and some patience of sitting and staying. Now, the next thing here that we're going to do is take some of this food in our hand, which she's obviously comfortable eating, knows that it's there, and then we're going to essentially mark her doing the opposite of what she's trying to do right now, which is eat that. Okay, she turned her head away from that. Now I'm going to reward her from this hand. This is a slight misdirect type of situation, okay? Essentially, she's going to be sniffing. She's going to be working to get that food out of my hand. And if she moves away on her own, we're going to mark that and reward it, okay? Come up and sniff my hand. Good. Give up on it and then get rewarded. She stopped licking. She stopped going immediately for it here. Good. She's figuring this out really, really quick. Let me see if I can get some more food. Come on, right here. I want you to position yourself a little better so everybody can see exactly what you're doing. Okay, again. Essentially marking her stopping doing that. Now we'll have to watch a little bit. There we go. She didn't even hardly try there. Like, I'm not getting anything from here. Good girl. Now, we're going to start to add the challenge aspect of this. And what this is going to end up being is I'm going to open my hand a little bit, and when she tries to go for it, I'm going to close it. This, again, is going to show her she's not getting anything from this hand, and when she moves away, she's going to get rewarded for it. Now, I saw that specifically, but at the same time, I moved away from her, which isn't ideal, okay? So, watch this.
You want it to be her choice.
It needs to be her choice, not to make the decision. Good. Lost interest, moved away, whatever it may be. Good. Realizing I can't get this. Distraction outside. Good. I'm going to mark that because she's not actively going for it, even though the distraction of the window creak or whatever is what really pulled her away. That was really good. All right, whole handful. Take a step back, move away. Let's keep doing this here. Good. All right, not marking the behavior of her sitting down. I'm marking her moving away. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Now she's starting to figure this out pretty quick. Now, like any behavior that we're teaching, essentially the behavior right now is her moving away, making an active decision not to go for the food in my hand. We're going to add two things to this. One, we can add a cue of leave it, right? When she makes that active decision, we're going to be marking that behavior with a cue and the clicker. She does the behavior of moving back, and we would say leave it. Now, the other side of it is, this is also everybody's going to have a slightly different approach to this. The way that we typically look at it ends up being that a slight verbal correction that can be applied in all situations to mark the fact that I don't want her to do that would come before, and then leave it or something to that effect. Whatever words you want to use aren't as important as the actual act of what's happening. So I don't know if you saw that specifically, but my physical pressure toward her got her to back up very, very, very easily. And that's where this leave it and impulse control behavior can really start to apply to a lot of different things in life, right? A dog that moves away when I move toward her is going to be less likely to jump on me, or we're going to have physical dominance or physical personal pressure, spatial awareness side of things here that allows her to understand, so it allows her to understand that jumping up on me isn't necessarily a good idea. You see how that's working, right? Okay, so we're going to go back to this and we're going to add even more difficulty. I need you to come over here. Nobody wants to look at your butt. Okay, so we've got this open. Good. I want to be able to have my hand open and not close it. And I think we can get there in this session yet. And her make the active decision not to come for this. That right there said, I'm not coming to get that. I'm getting rewarded for leaving it. Good. Waiting a second longer here. All right, guys, look at that. Bingo, bango, jackpot. All that's left here, okay? Not to cause any confusion, I'm going to give it out of the same hand for this. What I want to move into next is, because she's already showing huge progress with this, I'm going to see if we can up the ante a little bit with the level of distraction. We're going to grab a piece of turkey, and that is, I think, part of what is over here that is really pulling her distraction with the nose up in the air. She's wanting to see what is going on there. So, first and foremost, let's see. Are you going to eat a piece of turkey? Oh, she says, yeah. Her eyes got huge and she was almost chomping at it comparatively. Okay, so again, the reward is going to come out of this hand. She's going to have to leave what's in this hand alone. Good girl. Give her just a little nibble off that. Not the whole thing, sister. Come on now. Just a little bite right there. Just a nibble. There you go. That's plenty. Again, making the active decision to move away, still had to prevent. We don't want her to grab this or get the opportunity to grab this quite yet. But giving her the choice, giving her the opportunity to make a choice. Good girl. Once we say she's flat going for that turkey. Come back over here. Good. Now, some of you may be thinking right now, that poor dog, that mean man is teasing that dog. Okay? No, I'm not teasing the dog. I'm teaching her control. She's getting rewarded here, right? When she does it right, she's still getting rewarded. What we're teaching her is to have control over what she wants to do, which ultimately is going to help her to be a better part of society and a better part of her family. So, come on, up here. Good. Good. Now, what I need to do is up this. Here we go. Let's not get confusing here. Need to up this ante a little bit. I'm going to actually move it toward her. And this is where it looks a little more like teasing, but it's testing. Is she understanding or is she not understanding here? Okay? Good. Good. I moved my hand a little bit. That was very subtle, but you might have seen it. Good choice. Very good choice. There you go. There's another little piece. Good girl. Another little piece for you. Nice job. Bite it off there, you silly girl. Good. Now, I think we have a good enough understanding that we can start to utilize a cue more. And for me, the most natural thing for me is going to come in this situation. Good. Verbal correction in that form, okay? It's not mean. It's not overly grumpy. It is just enough to say, no, that's not all right. And that is what's going to come most naturally for me from a cue standpoint and a communication standpoint for her. You know, if you want to use leave it, or if you want to use don't, or if you want to use something else, but is going to easily, it's a little bit growly, kind of falls into the communication category, and her reaching for it, she now has proven in multiple reps here that she understands that moving away from me is going to get her rewarded. So we're going to be able to correct if she tries to go for it in this hand here. So we're going to present. No. And I move my hand away, trying to prevent her from getting rewarded. Good. Good. This is going to apply to anything. She drops something, she's got something she's not supposed to have, she's going for something she's not supposed to have. Good girl. Really good girl. Right here. A little bigger piece. There you go. Here's another piece. Nice job. Let's try again. Ready here. Good. She's not even going for it now. Okay? Let's provide Good. Making it a little more challenging. Adding some difficulty here. The difficulty is making it more eye level or easier for her. Come. Awesome job. Good girl. You are a smart little thing. Good. It's a habit, all right, folks? You're going to do it too, but what I need you to try, and what I'm talking about is pulling it away from her. That's inviting her into the space, technically, okay? So it's a natural thing that you're going to try and do. We need to try to just close our hand when she moves in for it, okay? That verbal correction, ultimately, we don't need her to get rewarded for doing the wrong thing. So I want you to step back a little bit. Good girl. Good girl. Another piece. Good girl. She's not even thinking about it. What my goal is going to be, end goal here, is to be able to put this clear on the ground. Ah, good girl. I'm not even going to look at it. Good girl. Come on. Ah. Good. Good dog. I think it's safe to say, folks, here's the jackpot, the rest of it, that she understands at this point that this is not available for her, okay? What we've done here is the very beginning stages in what's going to be an extremely powerful tool, and that is the ability for her to understand that impulse control and the ability to leave something be. Again, we were able to teach her this in a very short amount of time. You saw that. We're able to apply whatever cue comes most natural to you. It all means the same thing, okay? Whatever you teach, you can apply. I'm saying, don't do that, as that's going to come naturally to me and my vocabulary with dog training. If you try this with your dog, I think you'll be very impressed in what you can apply it to in all aspects of life. This is teaching her a lot of respect. And if your dog struggles a little bit more than what she did and it takes 2 or 3 or 4 sessions to get to this point, that's completely okay. But when you get through that, you're going to have a dog that understands that that movement away is important and what she's going to get rewarded for. And when you have that concept, simple things like jumping and biting and nipping also are going to go away with that. Folks, let's leave it.
And going through thresholds. That's a big one.
And going through thresholds, okay? Anything that the dogs need to be able to control their impulse to do something, this is going to start helping with. Thanks, guys, for watching. This is Trix, the super smart German Shorthaired Pointer puppy. Also super sweet. I'm the guy with the pink gun, and we will see you in the next video.